Hi everyone. So since we started about Apex classes yesterday, we can continue from there. And I can ask a couple questions what we did yesterday, and you guys just try to remember it, and then we can continue. So there was a question about like what are the data types in Apex? Is there anyone who is gonna reply this question?
I can. Integer, a double ID, long, I think, string, these kind of data types we use in Apex.
Yeah, these are the primitive ones. And we have S objects, collections.
Okay, good. So we can hear about the collections from Ebru. Like what are the collections inside the Apex?
Collections can be list, set, or map.
Can you tell us like a little bit more about the set?
Set is an unordered collection of the elements, and set does not allow to have duplicate values in it.
Okay, sounds good. And can you give us a few examples about the set methods inside the Apex?
Like the syntax?
Methods.
Like add.
Oh, okay. Set can be like account or like ID. Is that the question?
It's like add contains.
What
Oh,
kind
the methods. Oh, set
you have
dot add. When we add values in the set.
Okay. Is there any other method? Do you remember now? Or is there anyone who...
Yes, there are definitely more methods. We could I think. Well, I think a lot of them were like common, like I'm thinking maybe contains.
Okay.
Is empty, could be maybe.
Yes.
I mean, other than dot put, because it belongs to map, most of the methods are common,
Yeah,
I believe.
Okay. So let's talk about map. I think Tunç can give us some details about the map as a collection inside the Apex.
Map, it's kind of collection variable. It's holding multiple variables, records in it. It's unordered and working with the key and
Is map unordered?
yes.
I think unordered is the set, right?
Oh, maybe I'm making a mistake. You're right. Key, it's working with the key and value.
Yes.
It's
Key
working
value
with the key value. The records could be duplicated. They are not unique. Keys are unique, but
okay, which records? When you say records, because since it is working with the key value pairs and keys are unique, so it cannot be duplicated, right?
yes, the keys
But
are not able to be, but the value could be duplicated.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's a kind of different annotation tend to call like add or set, you know, the kind of differences with the annotation, but I would like to check the details about it, like contains or add. Those annotations could be changed, different than the.
You mean the methods?
Yes.
They're okay, not the annotations. And can you give us like at least 3 examples as a methods we are using inside the map in Apex?
So for map, we can say get, put, thinking about what else we can use. Contains key.
Yeah. Okay, I'm fine with 3.
All right.
All right. So if I ask Ebru Nil to type a map syntax for us, can you just write it down and send it over the chat?
Sure, I can.
Yeah, you can write it down with the account or whatever.
You told map syntax, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The only thing, don't copy paste it.
Okay.
And Aslı can prepare us the syntax for the list. And Tunç can give us the syntax of the map.
Sure.
Are we writing on the Zoom chat?
Yeah, on the Zoom chat, it doesn't matter. Okay. Check. Okay, let me see. List account, ACC list, new list account. Okay, set ACC. So set, it is all unique values, right?
Oh, you're right. Oh, that should be a parameter. By mistake. So let me update it real quick. Like, it should be.
You can make it ID.
Should be like that.
Set has only one value inside that. Set ID, ACC ID equal new set ID.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So we can continue with the for loop and for each loop. Can you guys send me the syntax of for loop? Or can you just tell me the difference while we are writing down the syntax for the for loop and for each loop? What is the difference? Anyone who would like to go first, or?
For loop, it's kind of work in two ways, increment and decrement. It's taking the value from the user, then repeating the process each term until the condition met.
That's correct.
Okay.
And what is the for each loop?
And for each loop,
The only thing I can say, like, it doesn't have to get the input from the user for loop, but that was correct description.
okay.
What did you mean by the input from the user? Like which part would that be in for loop? Is it like how many times that it will be created? Is that-
Yes, I try to mean something like that.
But if you ask the user, you can do that. But if you don't ask it, like, it is not necessary step to write down a for loop.
Okay.
I hit enter before finishing the for loop.
Is this one for loop or for each?
For each loop.
Okay. Okay, let me share the screen. You guys already know this stuff on the thing. You don't remember now, I believe. Because you keep typing this. I'm wondering why it's not showing up over there. So for the for loop, we are just giving a condition which we describe it. And if that condition is true, then it is just writing down the logic, what we need to do. For the for each loop, Ebru already shared that we are just writing down an object and like giving a name for it. And then the biggest difference is here. This for each loop is gonna run inside one of the list. So we are assigning the ACC value from inside this ACC list. But in here, we are saying that I equal to 0. So it is starting from the 0. And I supposed to be less than 5. So we are giving the ending condition. If it is equal to 5, when the I become 5, then this is not going to work. And since Tunç mentioned that, we are giving increments here, but we can do the decrements also. Also, any question about this for loop and for each loop? Or any issue while you are just trying to type from the memory? Do you guys have hard time to write down any for loop or for each loop?
I always look actually.
I didn't, but
Most of the time we are gonna be using for each loop, as you noticed that while we are writing down the code. But this is the portion, if you are just typing any for loop, you are just starting like this. This condition will be changed according to the use case. But it is gonna start with the integer I, or we can give some other values, but usually we give integer I think we did enough practice for this, including Java lessons and Salesforce lessons. If you still don't remember, just cut this one and paste it somewhere, because these are two you are using a lot. All right, so I'm gonna continue with the SOQL. So since we did the SOQL previously, but if somebody asks you what is SOQL, and believe me, if they ask you any questions related to the SOQL, sometimes they say SOQL. It is the same thing with the SOQL. If they ask you one of them, the next question will be the other one, which is SOSL. And then they can ask you what is the difference of. So SOQL or SOQL, it is Salesforce Object Query Language. And it is similar to the SQL, which is something different. Oracle has SQL, Microsoft has SQL. There is MySQL. These are all different apps, but basically they are just the similar with the SQL logic. And Salesforce SOQL, it is getting its logic from the SQL also. Think about, if this is Java, SQL, SOQL is the Salesforce version of it, like Apex. So this is the one example for the SOQL. What we are doing, we are just creating a list of account. We are giving a name, and then we are just putting here where we can write down this SOQL. So basically, only this part is our SOQL, but we can just put the value of this query inside a list or something else. Yeah, I should say any collection, right? So where do we write these SOQLs? If you guys already logged in to the Salesforce, because I'm having a hard time to find my credentials, and they locked my account right now. If one of you guys share the screen, we can go through.
The query
I will-
editor, right?
I don't mind the share.
Okay, let me stop sharing.
But it's disabled. You can allow me to.
Yep. Go ahead.
So that's from yesterday's on hands challenge through the developer console. And that's one of the sample. Inside the for each loop, we straightly querying SQL query on ACC.
Yeah, I think that should be ending with the like the parentheses should be different. Oh, no.
It's
Like that.
finishing
Yeah, okay.
from
I got it.
because
Okay.
I try to keep readable for the main query like that.
Parent to child, child to parents, sometimes I think. Parentheses inside parentheses.
Yeah. So can you show us like where we can write down this
Which one?
Query editor.
query?
Query
Below.
editor.
Yes.
That's the main query editor.
Can you please write down like query whatever you can remember, like where, whereas, or where in, that kind of stuff. Just try to make sure it is including most of the part.
So technically it goes with select, from, and where. Between these conditions, we are starting to put in the records, like select ID, as mentioned at the website, and add in the field name,
Yeah.
for example, name, and from we mentioning the object, where are we trying to fetch in these details, let's say account.
Okay.
And we can limit the value of the account, like you showed previously, limit 5. It means it will call just 5 account.
So if we try this query, is it gonna work?
I should mention something or get rid this there, because I didn't mention.
Yeah.
I should delete this one and let me try. Yeah, it's called
Okay.
like that.
If we put where, then what we need to type over there?
Oh, good question. Let me see. Did we mention anything for the where condition?
Account maybe?
I think where is kind of different.
Oh, where, yeah, created date. There was
Because the ID in ACC IDs, I think on the where condition, we specify specific location to call from the list or map or set, whatever collection variable we use in the
But
method.
it doesn't supposed to be a collection, right? If, for
That
example,
could be a
if we say name equal to like test inside the single quote.
it's gonna look something in the test. You mean let's check where in bracket let's mention test, like something
But
like
you
that.
you should After the where, you should mention about the field.
Name
Yes,
equal
yes.
or
Where
Hmm.
name in test, or you can put in also, but you can just check if you have any account name as a test. It's gonna
I
give,
have. Definitely I have. But let's make sure.
just execute it. No need to check from the.
This too.
So if you are writing down anywhere, after the where you should put a field name, then you should show that like you are looking for that field.
These characters
It is,
inside the report.
yeah, if it is equal to this value, or if you are looking for any ID in any collection, that kind of stuff. And sometimes we will be able to do this if we are querying lots of value. Maybe we can just sort it out by ascending or descending, right?
Yes.
Okay. And since this is the basic query, right?
Yes.
We have some queries which is for related objects.
Correct.
It can be like parent to child or child to parent relationship,
Correct.
right? So can you explain us like child to parent query? How do we need to write it down?
So child to parent, when we try to create, we mention in the field name and then parent object. So we mention in the
For example, copy paste that child to parent example, one of them, and explain us why did we use like that way.
so we trying to call in these places, select. We would like to see these records: ID, position, min pay from job application. Job application is a custom object in our organization. And this object has relationships with the other fields like position.
Okay, so
And
can we say which one is child, which one is parent in this query?
in this query, the R extension giving us a feedback, it's a relationship. And this is the custom object and comes from the min pay comes from the custom object. And this is the relationship from the position, the position. The position R mentions R, it's a parent object.
Okay, can I ask something now? Because you said min pay is coming from the custom object.
Mhm.
So can you check your job application object? Is there any field as a min pay?
Let me check.
I think he wanted to say custom field.
We don't have any min pay.
So that min pay is a field of position object. And when we check this query, we should understand that this query is parent to child, child to parent, because we are getting the values from the job application object. And if it will be a parent to child query, we should have some parentheses. We should see some subqueries inside the query.
something like that.
like that. So if there is no parenthesis and it is mentioning some different like objects inside the query, and the thing is here, we should understand that we are using that position __ R. They call it appended R because of the relation. That is correct. But also we should remember that if we are writing down any child to parent relationship, we should check the field name, right?
Like MinPay.
No, field name is not that one. I'm not mentioning that.
Okay.
Because in here, if we are just talking the first query, in the first query, we are taking the ID from job application, which is child object.
Okay.
And also, we would like to get the parent information from the child object, which is job application. We would like to receive or query the MinPay field value from the parent, which is position. Why did we use __ R over there? Which is because the relationship field is custom.
Okay.
Does it
If
make
it-
sense?
If it's a relationship object, standard object, like account.
Yeah.
So if it's a standard object, this relationship gonna be look like __ C or __ R.
Okay. So first of all, we don't need to focus about the object type.
Okay.
It can be custom or it can be standard object.
Okay.
That __ R is not related to object type. If you check that notes over there,
Mhm.
at the Word document, you are gonna see that for the both of the queries, for the child to parent or parent to child, if the relationship field is custom, then we need to add this __ R at the end of the, according to the query, which one we are using, child relationship name or field name. And just to recall it, is there anyone who remember like where we can check this child relationship name and field name?
From backend.
Field and relationships, I
You
think.
Okay.
go to that account.
If we are talking about the first query, like can you guide Tunç where to go and what to check?
So we
For which
need to
object?
go to the position, the first one, child to parent.
Yes, we're talking
Yes.
about child to parent, this
Yeah,
one.
so I guess we are going to the position object. And then
I think job application.
Okay, why position, why job application?
We can see the relationship in the child object.
That's correct.
okay, yes. Now I
That's why we need to go to the child object each and every time to see the relationship field.
So, Aslı, could you tell me where to go?
Sorry, yeah, job application.
Okay.
And then we are gonna look for the field, yeah, fields and relationships.
Okay.
And we are going to see the lookup position as the last third one.
So I group the lookup,
Find position, yeah,
which one? Position?
or the
So-
first queries.
Do you want me to click and get in the details?
Actually, we don't need to. Here we can see the position is a master.
Aslı, your voice is breaking up, so
Oh, sorry. How is it now?
it's better.
Okay. If we want just see the relationship, we can see it because in the parentheses, we can see the master object for this position.
Okay.
While we are checking the relationship from child object, that's why we are in job application, child object.
Gotcha. So we came to the child object, as it mentioned on the query with the from, and we checked the lookup relationship with the position object, and we realized it's between parentheses. It's given as a hint. It's a parent object, right?
Yes.
Good. I understand.
Okay, are we done here? No, because we went to that relationship field to check something. If we are writing down any child to parent query, we need to check the field name, we said, right? So
Yes.
can you click on that position field label? Yes. Now, can you check the field name over there? Which is position. So that's why we are using the position. And why did we use the __ R after the position? If you come back to the fields and relationship, and check the same relationship field again. Is this field standard field or custom field?
Custom.
Since this field is custom field, that's why we are putting __ R after the position, which is a field name. Why we are taking the field name? Because it is child to parent relationship. The other one, the below one, yeah. Does everything make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So right now, can you explain me the second one, parent to child relationship?
Before that, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
In the first query, child to parent, can we say we are getting all the job applications IDs of related positions min pays?
We are taking the IDs.
All the job applications IDs of related positions min pays.
No, like we
couldn't-
cannot say that because can you delete the second part? Parent to child, yeah. And can you delete child to parent from the top and run this query, execute this query? What did we get here? We queried all the IDs from the job application. Whatever job application records we have, we get all the IDs. And also, we get the min pay field values
They
from
assigned.
position object, which is the parent of job application. But even if they don't have any value on the min pay, we receive the IDs from the job application. Can you see like after 80,000, we don't have any value for the min pay, but still we got the IDs from the job application. Think about like this. If we just delete this blue background, position __ R dot min pay __ C, this portion. In this way, we are just gonna receive the one column IDs, which is gonna be total of 28.
Comma.
Just delete the comma. See, we got the 28 records, or because we have total of 28 job application records. What did we do? We add one more field to this query. That field is getting the value from the parent object. This is only one field value. But we need to describe it like this way because it is parent of job application and we are getting only one value, which is min pay from the position. If we go back to position object and if we just check another field name, we can put that field name instead of like min pay and we can just query the value of that field.
Probably the max pay. That
Yeah,
will
you
work.
can use like max pay, or you can use like higher by, you can use Excel _C, whatever.
Job
Okay.
value.
So I'm just copying this field like that. Pasting it like that. And just updating the field name like here. Right?
Yeah. And execute it. Now you add one more field. That's why you have another column to show you.
So let's check max pay.
So according to this knowledge, do you have any question about the like child to parent query? What are the important steps here while writing down the child to parent? Go to the relationship field and check the field name and use the field name for your parent object. And then for the __r, you need to make sure that relationship field is custom. If it is not custom, then you are not going to use that. For example, can you go to the contact object? Because we did couple example for each condition. Like, can you see the relationship with the account?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you write it down, a query, child to parent query, which is gonna take the ID from contact and account name from the account object.
Account name from the account object.
Yes.
So let's first create from part when we are here. So it should be contact. ID from contact, right?
Yeah.
Then we add in, what was the field?
Account name from the account object. In the
So
same query.
account name from the account object. So go back to account. Account name is name, let's say, but I think I should mention the relationship like the position. So Is field name account ID. I'm not sure it's right like that, but
Okay,
I
what?
think it's
Yeah.
account.name.
without
sure.
R because it's a standard object to the.
No. Don't focus on the type of the object. That underscore R is not related to the object type. Like what we were doing, like how many crucial steps I count. First, we need to understand the field name. Where we are taking that field name. You can just read it.
Go to the relationship field in the child object and take the field name. So
Okay.
I'm on the contact.
Okay.
This is the relationship. This is the field name.
No. Yeah, actually it is gonna be like if you click on the account name and check the field name here.
Account.
So can you add one more thing over there on that Word document?
Sure.
After the field name, go to the relationship field in the child object and take the field name from relationship field. And just make that from lowercase. It's gonna confuse about the query stuff. So basically, you are going to the relationship field and you are checking the field name from there. Because when you check the field name as an account ID, if you come back to that relationship field again, and go back to the fields and relationship, field name over there, it is for that field.
So I'm looking for the name.
Which is account name is the label of that field. Account, can you go up? Yeah. Account name is the field label for this relationship field. And field name is account ID for this field only. But what we are looking for is relationship field name. Relationship field name is inside this relationship field. When we click on it, then we are gonna see the field name, which is account. Now, what we need to check for the underscore R, right? If this relationship field, can you come back to the fields and relationship? Is this field, relationship field itself, is it custom or standard?
It's standard because it doesn't have any underscore C annotation.
While we are checking the underscore R, we are checking this relationship field type, not the object type. Does it make sense?
Yes.
We are checking the relationship fields type. If it is custom, then we are putting underscore R after the field name. While we are writing child to parent, it is field name. But while we are writing down the parent to child, it is gonna turn to the child relationship name. So according to this knowledge, can we update that query and execute it?
So should be like that.
Yeah, so can you delete the top portion and execute this query? Let me see. If you are attempted to use, yeah, in the name, it is also standard. Where that name field comes from the account object. Because we were just trying to get the ID from the contact and account name from the account object. Does it make more sense?
Yes.
Okay, so can anyone else share the screen and explain us about the parent to child relationship? If you guys don't have any questions, if you guys have still questions, we can just continue from there. I think everyone.
I don't have a question.
Who would like to share the screen?
I can share the screen.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Do you have the same document, Tunç has?
Yes, it should be somewhere. Let me try to find it.
Tunç, can you share that document? Yeah, there is SQL cheat sheet.
Okay, this one, right?
Yeah. Okay. From here, can you scroll down? We can just get one of the. Scroll down, please. Okay. Question 3. Just select all that query, post it to the query editor, and explain us like why did we do like this.
Okay, let me see.
So first
Okay,
of
this is the parent to child, because now we can see that there is a parenthesis here, and inside the parenthesis we are querying from the child object, and outside the parentheses would be the parent object. So obviously we are querying ID, name, and active status from account, where the name contains test, either just test or test something, test 1 or 2, something with test in it.
So can we say it is starting like test?
Yes.
Okay. And we ordered by name. So on this query, why did we use employees? Because we know our object name is employee __ C.
Yes.
Why did we make it employees?
Because we are always using the plural of the child object when we are querying from it in the parentheses.
If we say, I know what you mean, but if we explain like that, that can cause issues, because yes, as a default, it should be plural of the child object name, which is employees. But if you remember, I remember that you had this issue because while creating the object for the plural, instead of like the default value, you put something else. Like, I don't remember what was it, but say employee R or employee Y, something like that. I'm just saying something. If you create the object, while if you change the plural name over there, and while you are querying, if you just make the plural of the child object name, it's not gonna work. That's why what we need to do.
I think we were checking it from, again, like fields and relationship.
Okay.
Somewhere. I remember it was written somewhere as like how we are supposed to use it. If I remember correct.
That is the document, Word document. You can check. Go to the top, scroll up. The first box.
So we are now going to the child field relationship to see the relationship on the child object.
Yes.
Which is employee, right?
Yeah. What are we checking here?
Let me see if I can.
The field that
Account.
creates the relationship.
So there is a master detail relationship with account.
Okay. What are we checking here?
We are checking the
You can
As
click the
employees.
account. Click account. Now we're gonna see the child relationship.
so we see the child relationship name.
Yes. Since this is employees, that's why we are using employees over there. So basically, it doesn't matter if it is parent to child or child to parent query. We are checking the same field, which is like relationship field. Whatever the field is providing the relationship between two objects, we are going to that and we are opening it. Without opening, the field name should be different. And when we come to this screen, we are checking the child relationship name for if we are writing down parent to child queries. We are taking the field name if we are writing down any child to parent queries.
So from child to parent, we would look at
Yes.
here.
Yes, that is the only difference, but it is hiding on the very deep. So you need to know where to look. That's why I'm spending some more time on this to get the logic.
Yeah.
Okay. since we set employees here, if we check our query, there is one more thing over there. It says __r. Why did we use that?
It is because I want to say that this is a custom object, but then you don't like that answer.
Yes, because that is not the reason.
Ye-
Because the relationship field is custom. Account __C.
Mm.
Because this field is custom. That's why
Yeah.
we are putting that.
Yes.
So we are checking the relationship field type.
Mhm.
If it is custom, then we are putting __r. I know all the terminology, like it looks like each other. That's why like we are confusing. Sometimes even while Sanjay is explaining, he says like this is the custom object, that's why. But it is not because of the custom object. It is because of that relationship field itself. It is custom.
Mhm.
Okay, so is there any other difference like we need to mention on this query?
Mm.
One more small but very important point, that comma before the parentheses, right?
Here, yes.
Because if you forget that one, it's not gonna run. But if you ask
Yeah.
me, writing down any parent to child query, it is easier than child to parent for me. But because basically you are writing down a query, if you just highlight the parentheses inside the parentheses, this is another query. That's why they call it subquery. So you are writing down the query for the parent and you are including the child inside that query with the parentheses. So when you see any query without any parentheses, it cannot be parent to child query.
Mhm.
All right, so we,
I have a question. I
Yeah.
seem to forget about this order by name. Does that mean it like lists by like alphabetical order or something? Like what
yeah,
is that?
just execute it.
Oh.
You can refresh it. I suggest you guys to use the shortcuts from the keyboard. Just make a habit, because while you are copying and pasting something, just do it from the keyboard. All right, so if you check here, like it is not going through sort of by the ID, or it is not sorted by the active field.
Mm.
It is going through according to your name, because you said order by name, and test again is the first one. I'm just saying, I don't want to include the numbers over there. After the again test for, it goes on, and test for email is earlier than test for op email, because O
Mhm.
is later than E, right? So it
Yes.
is an alphabetical order.
Mhm.
Why all of them starts with the test? Because inside the query, you said name like inside the single quote, test, then modular.
Mhm.
Modular means after the test, everything can be over there. If you put that modular sign before the test, then you are saying that it can start with anything, continue with the test. So your query will be totally changed. You can try. Right now you have 29 records. Now you have only one.
Mhm. I see.
So this query, it needs practice, and another practice. But I'm just underlining what you need to know about the like parent to child or child to parent queries. So any question about parent to child queries? Or anyone who is still struggling to check which field and look for which field name or child relationship name?
So there are basically like 3 areas like we have to check every time. So we need to go to the child object and check the relationship type and click on
Relationship type is not really important. It can be master detail or lookup, it doesn't matter, but we need to check the relationship field.
Mhm.
And if we are writing down any parent to child, which one we need to take?
This one.
Parent to child.
Oh, sorry. This one.
Okay. And child to parent?
It's
Yeah.
this one. Yeah.
All right. So that is all. Thank you. I can share my screen now. This one. So inside this document also, I took the information from that document, so you can see the examples, and I just highlighted like why it is contacts, for example, here, because we are just writing down parent to child relationship. We can understand from the parentheses, and we need to get the child relationship name. But why there is no underscore R here? Because the relationship field in between account to contact, which we checked with Tunç previously, which is not custom object. If it will be a custom, then we should add this underscore R. So I highlighted more. I just tried to emphasize. And we talk about this one. It looks like I didn't highlight this one, but I can. And if this thing doesn't make any sense, I can just add here from relationship field. Do the same thing for here. All right. So we completed this. What is SOSL? Because I said when they ask you any question about the queries, they can ask you easily the difference between SOQL, or they call it SOQL sometimes, and SOSL. So SOQL was Salesforce Object Query Language. SOSL is Salesforce Object Search Language. If you know the definition of the SOSL, you can easily identify that SOSL is for search. The other one is for query. That's why you can say we are using the SOSL to perform text search in the records. Text search. And the biggest difference, after you mention it is a text search for the SOSL, SOQL retrieve the records from a single object. And SOSL to search fields across the multiple objects. How it is happening? Because even if we write down any query for the parent to child or child to parent, what we are doing, we are just querying from the, for example, child. Since child is like contact, but we are querying the account name also, because they have a relationship and it can reach over there and it can bring us the value, whatever we are looking for. That's why SOQL for, we are retrieving the records from only single object. However, for the SOSL, we are searching a text in the whole Salesforce records. So it can be like multiple objects. If we just need to remember the syntax for the SOSL, since we didn't do lots of queries about the SOSL, but theoretically, you should be able to explain very well what are the differences, and you should know the syntax for the SOSL also. So it is starting with find instead of select. And we are just putting our search query, whatever we would like to search here. And then we say in. Then we are putting like whatever the search group. It can be all the fields, all email IDs. It can be something like that. And we are calling returning, and we are adding object and fields. So if we just check this example, we are just looking for the test keyword or test to search in all the fields inside the Salesforce, but we are looking for return from the account object. And inside the account object, we are just searching the test inside the name fields only. We are looking for test. If you just think about this is the value, we are looking for test inside the account object name fields. And also, we are looking for the same value inside the contact object, inside the first name and last name fields. The only thing we are separating them with the comma. That's why SOSL, it is just a text search inside the Salesforce. We can do this search inside the multiple objects like this. But SOQL, it is just for the single object. We can retrieve the data from the single object. And we need to know this syntax for the SOSL. Okay, I need someone to explain me what are the differences, because I'm not gonna continue from here. I was planning to finish today, but we stuck on the SOQL. What are the differences? I couldn't hear Ebronil too much today, so maybe she would like to explain us. After you explain, then we can just finish the class for today.
I think SOQL is more complex than SOSL. Because in SOSL we just search text to filter, but in SOQL we can search text, also other kind of the data. Maybe I can explain like this. It is more.
We are not searching on the SOQL.
Yeah, we are just fetching.
We are just querying, fetching.
Yeah, we are just fetching, I can say that.
And what was the biggest difference? We can fetch the data from single object for the SOQL, but for the SOSL, we can do the search inside the multiple objects.
Yes, okay.
And what keywords do you remember from the syntax of SOSL?
We are starting with find word.
Okay.
So syntax, but for SOQL we are starting with select word, I think.
Okay. What are the other keywords we are using on the SOSL?
I don't remember right now actually, but I remember for SOQL.
Yeah, Aslı wanna say something?
Find and in.
Okay.
And returning, I guess.
Yes. That's
All
correct.
fields, maybe? Do we do that for SOSL
You can
only?
use after the in keyword, you can use like in all fields, or you can say in all email fields. You can change that part, but the structure has in inside. And returning, after the returning, whatever we are putting is object and field name. Object, parenthesis, field name. If we would like to search on the multiple objects, then we can just put a comma and continue with the object field name. And if we are looking for like more than one fields inside that object, for example, contact, inside the parentheses, then we can just put comma in between first name, last name, address, whatever field we are looking for.
Can we go back to the last slide that you showed us? I have a question. I'm not sure if it's related to... Yes. So we use the nested list here. Does that have anything to do with, like, we have the contact search and also like account search, or is it like totally like unrelated to that?
You mean this portion?
Like list, yeah, list as object search list.
No, you can just think about this as it.
Think about here, you have list as object. You have two as object, which is account and contact, right?
Mm-hmm.
This list of as object is gonna give you two lists, which is account list and contact list.
Yes.
Inside account list, you will have names.
Mm-hmm.
Inside contact list, you will have first name and last name. So if you want to search anything on account, you are gonna use like this, search list bracket 0 dot, then you can reach out to your account records, list of accounts. If you remember, we did
So
some
0 in there.
examples about it.
Mhm. Okay.
I think Ebru was asking if it has to be like this.
Yes,
nested.
does that need to be written like that? If
No,
we-
no, like the query
No,
itself,
yeah.
it is this one. But since we can do the same thing for the SOQL, right? We can just get this query and we can put inside the curly parentheses, not the curly brackets. And we can use it inside the like list. We can
Yes.
just get the value and assign it to the list. It is the same thing happening here, but syntax itself, it is just this.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
I
if
was
you want,
like
if you are
curious
asking,
about like list and list, like there were like two lists inside.
Because
Yeah.
one of them is the list for
Mhm,
this.
yes, so that is actually related to that, right?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
If you are assigning the value of that SOSL to any list, then it should be this way. Because
or
it has
if
two lists.
you are just using one S object, let's say that you're just using account, you are not
Mhm.
using contact, then you just
one.
make it,
Only
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Just,
just like
list
regular,
of
like we
accounts.
always do, right?
Mhm.
What about if we have 3 objects or 4 objects? Do we have like 3, 4
that's-
nested?
Same thing, same. Syntax is list of, list as object, search list. Think about like that. You have buckets, okay? Inside that buckets, you have another buckets or containers, right? Those are, one container is account, one container is contact, one container is, let's say that employee. Those are list of employee, right? List of contact and list of account. So you can think about that inner list. This is just, how can I explain? I don't know if,
Tab list.
yeah, maybe you can draw over there. Yeah,
Matruşka.
yeah, just draw bigger container. This is search list, which is list of S object. Inside that S object, you can, yeah, think about this. This is our search list, which is list of list S object. Inside that, there is another lists, which is account, contact, or you can add another one. Yeah.
This is for account.
Yeah, this is for account. This is another one is for contacts.
This is for position object.
Yeah, these are
Oh.
another lists. So when you reach out to account lists, then you are gonna use search list that get index of 0. Or when you want to reach out to contact list, then you are gonna, let's say that list of contact, con list equal search list that gets index of 1. Then you can reach out to contact list. If you are using just one S object inside your SOSL, then you can just type one list of S object. That's it. Is it clear?
But more than one object, Çilem Hanım, I think it is same. It doesn't matter how many S objects
Yes,
are
yes.
used in our
Mhm.
list. Okay.
So it was out of the topic. The only thing I was just trying to mention here, since we said we can search in the multiple objects, that's why I inserted teaser, but this stuff was here because if you would like to insert it or assign it to this search list collection, I should say. So you can just disregard this one. This is the syntax normally. And
Thank
there are no like brackets if you are typing on the query editor.
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for today. We already passed our time. See you tomorrow.